Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at the 15-star verse Super Boss Perona and showcasing the teams that I put together for the prep video. So, first of all, we're going to take on the quick variation. That was the team, those are the sports. Let's dive on in. Now, nothing's changed with this team. However, there are some other options that you guys can bring. Now, if you guys have level limit break 5 Brook, you could easily bring Brook on this team for a conditional boost rather than using Nami and Usopp. That way you can't use the Brook support on Sanji. However, then you'll need to replace Croc and Dothie with Rayleigh Gaban. Now, the upside to using those two units are you are bringing 2 more Free Spirit characters. And the reason bringing Free Spirit characters works so well is because Luffy actually gives a Super Tandem for those units. However, Rayleigh Gaban's really the only one that will be, like, flourishing from that. Plus, Rayleigh Gaban can also increase your attack boost. And it's another option if you guys don't have Crocodile Dothie. On stage 2, we're going to remove the barrier. And we're going to give ourselves an Orb buff. And then get a carryover Color Affinity buff for the final stage. Thanks to our friend Captain Robin and Koala. Robin and Koala just basically take care of stage 2. They get around the special reverse. They get around the barrier. They get around all that nasty shenaniganry. Plus, they also heal back 50% of the damage that you take when you actually kill that particular stage. On the final stage, there are some few things that we have to get around. You can't set defense to 0, and you cannot use paralysis. They basically just cucked Robin, they cucked Nami. That was the goal here. You get 6 turns of 6 turns of Special Bind and 1 turn of Paralysis. And this is where Nami and Usopp are so good. With their Super Swap, they can not only remove the Special Bind, but they can actually give you a conditional against delay, because you can actually get a delay conditional on this stage. Because the enemy is immune to Paralysis, it doesn't trigger that interrupt, so you are hunky-dory there. We have the Law Special for our attack boost and our additional damage. He's also going to be our Super type as well, which works out really, really nice here. And then we can use Sanji to become our captain, and then Sanji will also give base stats to Free Spirits and give us like a chain boundary as well, also giving us a chain boost with his super class, so that way Free Spirits have a super class too. And as I mentioned, that's what the upside to bringing Rayleigh Gaban and bringing something like Brook. Next, we've got Luffy. He's basically just here for Super Tandem. If you are building teams like for big damage, like Rush and Super Tandem have to come if you are looking for the big damage. Obviously, Sanji's the only Rush character, so, like, he was just, like, a shoo-in for, like, must-have on the team. But otherwise, some other Super Tandems that could work really, really well. You could easily run something like Zoro. I do believe his Super Tandem would work great. You could even run Nami and literally just use Nami's Super Tandem here, like, if I'm being completely honest with you. However, getting the 2 conditionals could be a little bit of a stretch, but it definitely should be doable. You do want to switch back into Law as your captain. You want to boost some of your buffs thanks to Crocodile and Doflamingo, but you also want to get a bunch of Rush with Sanji as well. That is very, 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 very important. Once you've done that, we are going to start the chain with Sanji, so that way we can actually get the Rush ability. Hit with Nami and Usopp, so that way we trigger the Super Tandem for Luffy, and then hit with Luffy after that. As you can see, we don't have much HP because of Croc Dothie. It's another upside to bringing Rayleigh Gaban. They'll increase the attack, and they'll keep HP. And as you guys can see there, I think we did something like 6 billion. Is that 6 billion? Let me just triple check that. That should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's, what's that? 6 million? Is that 6 million? I don't know. Is that 62 million? I don't know. I don't even know how to do numbers right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 million. That's 10 million. It's 100. Oh, that's 6 billion. That's 6 billion, right? Tell me if I don't know if I'm wrong there, if I'm bugging by looking at that. Maybe I'm bugging by looking at that. Am I bugging by looking at that? What's wrong with me tonight? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Yeah, sick. That's 6 billion. And we only tapped with Luffy. Okay, so this team actually does quite a bit of damage. I was looking at that like it was much lower. So yeah, 6 billion. You'll have to see it. Plus, we didn't tap with anyone else. So, worked quite nicely. That's the first team. Like I said, Rayleigh Gaban, Brook, they are options for you. If you have them, they could do more damage. And if you do use them, let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, if you've gotten this far and you haven't hit the like button, like, why not? And if you're coming back to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Because, like, you're coming back anyway, right? Let's move on to the next team. And the next variation is the Psy variation. This team actually changed just a little bit. I took off Who's Who and I put on Pudding. So that's the team, those are supports. Let's dive in. Now, the reason I put Pudding here is because you need to get around damage null, as the end of turn damage of Queen doesn't actually go through damage null. Whilst you actually get through the damage null with the captain action, the end of turn damage literally does 0. So we had to bring a way to get around the damage null. Characters like Bullet could work here. This Pudding works. You could even run Big Mom as well, the the Super Tandem Big Mom will definitely work here. And you can just use her special on turn 2. That's actually going to give you more damage now that I'm thinking about it, because that unit, like, that unit's boosted and she's absolutely fantastic. Plus she burns and she gets all her cooldowns and shenaniganry. But the idea here is we are using Queen as our captain, and we're using Alba as our friend captain. Now, utilizing the Queen special here with the support of Top Musica is going to give us an attack and orb boost, as well as then allowing Alba to do a lot more damage. So doing that helps out quite a lot. And then we have Pudding to remove the damage null. Like I said, if you have Big Mom, you can use Big Mom special here as well. Like, that's going to give you a conditional boost and definitely going to help you out with the damage. Probably don't even need the Top Musica support at that point. I'm using a level 5 friend captain Alba, but I was meant to get the Super Tandem with him, so that way I could remove the damage reduction. But as you guys can see there, it really didn't matter. On the final stage, we are going to basically bink all of our specials and go from there. We get block orbs. There's full immunity except for delay. And if you use additional damage, there is an interrupt. There's also 1 turn of paralysis, and your captains take 6 turns of paralysis. So that's why Alba's great, and Queen's captain action basically avoid both of it. Works out super, super nice there. We are going to use Jack first, so that way we get the resistance down and the chain boundary. We're then going to use Kaido for the attack and orb boost, use his verse ability, so that way we can get the additional damage. And then with Queen, he's going to be our color affinity booster, as well as our conditional booster. Alba's going to give us a chain shenaniganry, base stat boost, all of that fun stuff. And then with his super type, he can actually give himself a Wano slot. We also have the Straw Hat Crew here. Straw Hat Crew is just basically going to be the final tap. Make sure to start the chain with Alba. Remember, starting the chain with Alba is very important because all of the Beast Pirates have the same, what's it called? They have the same super tandem, so it's very important that you do that. As you guys can see here, even hitting greats, we hit for like 14 billion, so a lot of damage there, some pretty good stuff, and yeah, it's going to wrap up the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to bell the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's